Welcome to Justice For, a true crime podcast hosted by two besties from Colorado. We're focused on bringing justice to the victims by telling their stories. New episodes release every single Tuesday, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and the follow button anywhere that you can find us, and you'll get updates on all of our new episodes.
Just a warning, this podcast does contain adult language and adult themes, such as assault and abuse of varying forms, so please listen and watch with discretion. Hey y'all, and welcome back to another WTF episode for Justice For. What's a WTF episode?
Well, let me tell you.
Tell them.
Let me tell you. It is an episode that we touch on all the WTF questions that you may have about ongoing cases, trials, old cases that we covered that might have an update.
New cases we're gonna cover.
And everything in between.
Yeah.
And they usually come out Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, depending on how we feel.
Every other week.
Yes. However, we're going to disappoint you off the fucking bat real quick.
We are right now, and we're really sorry about this. We tried to figure it out, but unfortunately,
for the next 2.5 months, y'all, you're not gonna have a WTF.
Well, not a normal WTF that we just release. That we're sitting here like this. They're gonna look a little different.
Yeah.
You're just gonna kind of see one of us pop up in a short video. On our socials, so TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, we'll post them to all of it, and we'll be giving you little mini updates of stuff that's happening and coming out. So you're still going to get them, just not every other week like you're used to.
Yes. This is not permanent. I promise you it's not. Just in the next few months, we're all leaving the city. We're all leaving.
Yeah, we have 6 straight weeks where
I'm gone.
And then
she's gone.
And then I'm gone.
It's literally the day
overlapping.
The day I get back. Not even the day I get back. Before I get back, she leaves. You're gone while she's gone. She gets back before you get back. It's a mess.
Yeah, so we just decided to make sure that you guys got your full deep dive episodes every Tuesday.
Yep.
And we will be giving you little updates here and there. And just shorter videos in our social medias. So make sure that you are following us on all of those so that you have all the updates.
Mm-hmm. We will be pre-recording plenty of our main episodes.
Yes, we're not going to miss a single week. Don't worry about that. Every Tuesday we will still be right here. We're just going to record a bunch of them out here in a minute.
However, to make sure all of the WTF information you're getting is actually recent and up to date, they'll be doing the little TikTok videos here and there.
Yeah. And you probably won't see us together because...
Yeah, it'll be just on individual status.
Yeah. Or maybe one day you will. I don't know. We'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, pay attention.
We just needed to give you a heads up.
Yeah, because we just want to let you know.
Yelled at. Please don't.
For no WTFs.
But you'll still have deep dives, which is good.
Yeah.
And on that note, welcome back to another WTF episode.
Welcome back.
We are your host.
I'm Jackie.
And I'm Sam.
What you got?
Let me tell you. If you don't know about this case, it's interesting because I feel like I'm taking back that statement because you know what? You'll see why. You're just gonna see why.
I don't know what she's talking about over here. So, I know the case, but I don't know where she's going with this. So,
it's in my head. I just can't piece it together.
I got you.
Thank you.
So, this first one we're talking about today, me and you were hooked on it from the second the body cam footage came out. We were sending it, messaging, and we have followed along this whole time. So, a week or two ago, when this update came out on her case, we were floored, and we couldn't not tell you guys about it.
Yep. So, what the fuck is going on with the Alexee Trevizo case?
Tell us.
Alexee was 19 years old when her mom took her to the, I'm sorry if I say this. Artesia Hospital for back pain. The hospital administered a pregnancy test and other tests as well, which they would normally do.
Your blood work and all that when you come into the hospital.
Absolutely. And while they were waiting on the results from these tests, they gave her morphine and other meds for pain.
Because she came in with extreme back pain.
Yeah, which I get it. However, her pregnancy test came back positive. Huh.
Imagine that.
Huh. But before a nurse could go talk to Alexee or her mom, Alexee had disappeared into the bathroom. The nurses noticed that she had been in there for like a while, and they were trying to see if she needed help. Like, eventually telling her she needed to open the door, come out so they could make sure she was okay, because she was in that much pain. During this time, nurses at like a nearby nurse station, though, could hear the like hand towel dispenser constantly going off.
She was in there for like 20 minutes is what they say, like total.
Yes. So when Alexee finally came out of the bathroom, she just went back into her room. It was totally normal.
Totally normal.
Yeah. So then the nurses called for a janitor to come to clean up the bathroom because a nurse went in there and it was just blood.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Blood everywhere. It looked like it had been tried to be cleaned up. It wasn't all cleaned up. Like, they described it pretty
graphic,
like gruesome, like a murder scene.
Yes.
In like a horror movie.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Like blood up the walls.
Yeah. But then that's when they found a baby in a plastic bag tucked underneath a fresh trash can liner.
And the way that the police officer or doctor described it, has not left me. He described it as when you take a loaf of bread and you spin it around before you tuck the front underneath of it and then you put it back on the shelf. That is exactly how she put the baby in the trash can.
No doubt in my mind.
Like, that description has never left me because he was like, the carelessness of it.
So, of course, the police were called, and Alexee and her mom were informed of what was found. And they were both like, what? What?
Yeah, these videos, we're going to link them below. You guys have to go watch them because...
It's so dumb. Just the trying to act stupid.
Her mom's first statement being like, what? Alexee, we've talked about these kinds of girls on the news before. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, ma'am. Excuse me, what?
Like, that's a super odd statement, considering both of them didn't know she was pregnant.
Allegedly claimed.
But, like, if you see the fucking pictures of Alexee in her cheerleading uniform, very different story. She fucking knew.
Oh, yeah. Look right here. It's right here. Right here. But, yeah.
It's hard to believe, honestly, that no one knew. Like, it was actually pretty fucking obvious.
And then, like, after there was statements from, like, kids at her school and stuff that were like, no, people knew she was pregnant. They could tell she was pregnant. Like, people even said that, like, the families knew.
Yeah. Will you do me a favor really quick? Will you also look up the other pregnant cheerleader? I want to say the name was Skylar Richardson.
Maybe.
That,
Why?
This is just identical to it. Like, before I get into the actual update here, it does remind me very much of this other case.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the one where she had the baby in the bathroom and hid the body, like, buried in the garden. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, tried burning it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then...
Was it Skylar Richardson?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, and she tried to say that the baby was stillborn, and she panicked because nobody knew about it, and she buried the baby. But she named her, and also, like, they ran the test that it also reminds me of, I remember in high school, in marching band, there was the rumor going around, and I actually looked it up when I was writing this to double check on it, that a girl who graduated the year before us, she went to Western State College, and she actually hid her baby in a shoebox in the ceiling of her dorm room.
About that.
And like, I remember everybody talking about that at school, and we all knew exactly who it was. But yeah, like, just absolutely wild that these girls just feel like they can't.
Yeah. Like, this and the Skylar Richardson case, though, are so identical, even, like, through trial stuff right now.
Yeah.
Because they're both cheerleaders. Moms are both being very sketchy.
Yeah.
And they both are trying to dispose and be like, oh, but I didn't know. Yeah. How did you not know?
Yeah. So.
I'm on it.
Go ahead.
So, Alexee was eventually arrested on first-degree murder charges, and she has been released on a $100,000 bond a week later with no GPS monitoring, and she just has a curfew from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Like, okay. She also was not allowed to walk at her school graduation, and she has been out and living life ever since. There have even been videos of her, like, at a football game, and she's currently attending college in New Mexico with her boyfriend. And wouldn't you know it? She's in nursing school.
Like, of all the professions that she could have picked, but isn't that such a typical, like, popular cheerleader move to do, is to go be a nurse?
I can tell you now, all the girls that bullied me in high school, and actually even middle school, are nurses to this day.
The biggest, bitchiest bullies from middle school and high school were either dancers, poms girls, and they all went on to be nurses.
Yeah. Whatever.
It's weird.
So, her trial was actually supposed to start on August 24th, so, like...
Today that we're recording.
How the hell was it supposed to start on a Saturday?
I don't know.
I don't think that's correct. Maybe the 26th?
Possibly, yes, the 26th.
Regardless, it was supposed to fucking start now.
Yeah.
And there was also a pretrial hearing on August 6th, but they both have been canceled, so then the case was vacated. Alexee's lawyers argued that her confession to giving birth and the baby still breathing and all of the conversations with the doctors that she had was a HIPAA violation and cannot be used in court. Be so fucking for real right now.
Yeah, when I read this, I could not believe what they were pulling, and it's insane to me that they're doing that, and then continue why else they don't think this should be allowed.
Prosecution argued, hold on, there's more. Let me talk about this first. The prosecution argued that the video of her coming in and out of the bathroom where the child was found, where there was like a fucking crime scene in there, was enough evidence
to keep this
without
case.
The confession.
Yeah.
But her family is now also suing the fucking hospital for wrongful death of the baby, stating that they continued to give her medicine that was dangerous for a pregnant woman.
Even after learning she was pregnant.
They also are saying that, they let her go to the bathroom unattended. So that's on you guys.
I'm sorry, did they have any indication why they shouldn't allow a woman who was in pain, just happened because she was in pain, go to the bathroom by herself?
Because they gave her morphine, and because they knew that she was pregnant, they were negligent because they did not assist her to the bathroom in her current state.
Yeah. She says that because of the morphine that she was given, that she was super confused and she was just so scared and in shock from the situation. So none of it's her fault. It's all their fault because they gave her morphine.
She couldn't have had good judgment on morphine.
Yeah. That's where it stands right now. So please let us know if you want a full episode on Alexee. There's a lot of video evidence in this case.
A lot.
And we've barely scratched the surface.
Like, barely. We just, we gave you so much information, but there's so much more to this. And we're going to link a lot of the videos below because you need to watch this body. Like, the hospital videos are insane.
Yeah. Honestly, if you just search her name, you can find so many fucking TikToks about it. Like, all this stuff. But we have to do a deep dive on this.
One of the videos I'm definitely going to put on the bottom is the video of her mom while Lexi's getting arrested. Because her mom's like, But why? Like, do you have to put her in handcuffs? Does she have to go right now? Like, does it have to be in front of the neighbors? Can, I just drive her there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I very much remember when that body cam footage, first came out, you and I instantly, did you fucking see this shit?
Like, do you see this, Mom?
It was ridiculous. And, I don't know. And I'm going to keep comparing it to Skylar Richardson just because it is so similar.
It is so similar.
And it's...
Yeah, we just decided you guys are getting a deep dive on this. So thanks for the input. We appreciated it.
Pretty much. I feel like now we might have to do one on Skylar Richardson too. Maybe we could do
Should we do a month of... Never mind, that's really weird. We'll just cover those two cases.
Jesus Christ.
I know, I stopped.
However, if for any reason any more updates come out about this, we will let you know.
I need y'all to know that this interaction right here is why you will never see a live show of this.
You'd probably have fun with it. So,
We'd get canceled.
You would. You're the problem. You're
Hi,
real
I'm the problem. It's me.
Of course, you would go Taylor Swift, and I go fucking Vince Vaughn. That just shows who we are as people.
That really is the most accurate description of us as friends. All right, my turn. Okay. What the fuck is going on in Manassas, Virginia?
That's how you say that word?
Yeah, Manassas.
Say it again.
Manassas.
Say crack again.
Manassas. So, fun time. This is where I'm from. I was born in Prince William County, which is the county that this takes place in. And Manassas was actually technically, I'm looking at my sister right now because she says it's not, the side of my middle school had Manassas fucking address written on it. So technically, I went to middle school in Manassas. So, this is how this story popped up for me and my sister. Someone from high school shared it, and we got super invested in it. And now y'all are about to learn about it. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, Mamta Bhatt is a 28-year-old mother of a 1-year-old little girl, and she is missing in Manassas, Virginia. She worked 2 days a week as a pediatric nurse in the NICU, and she spends the rest of her time with her beautiful little girl, who just turned 1 last week.
Aww.
And Mamta loves spending time with her daughter and being a mom, and she often posted pictures and videos of the two of them, and it's just so sweet. Like, she loved being a mom. And Mamta's family lived in Nepal, and that's where she was originally from.
Like, Nepal?
Yes.
Okay.
Nepal. And so none of her family lived in the States. She was the only one here with her husband. And so she managed to make this group of friends that were more like family. She made her own village because she didn't have hers with her. And many of these friends that she made into her little village were her coworkers. And her coworkers knew her life very well and knew her schedule very well, and were just the kind of people you want in your life.
Okay.
And her coworkers are actually the ones who raised the alarms about her being missing. And I'm going to go over a timeline of her being missing so that we can get into all the other details.
Okay.
So, and I also want to say that this case, like, I watched this case unfold in real time this week as I was writing it. So for you guys listening, last week, this part had 7 different ways I was writing this because every day a new article and a new update came out.
No, seriously, I asked her if she wanted me to edit this part, and she was like, no, just don't touch it. I'm like, okay.
So, July 27th was the last time that Mamta was physically seen. And this was at the University of Virginia Medical Center, where she worked. And July 28th, she spoke to a friend on the phone. July 31st, her husband, Naresh, said that that's the last time he saw her, and that was at the dinner table. August 1st and 2nd, she was scheduled for work, her 2 shifts, and she didn't show up. And this is not like her at all. She never misses work, and her coworkers were calling, and she wasn't answering, and she hadn't called in. So they called in a welfare check on her because they're like, this ain't right. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you all some information in a little bit, which will explain why they jumped so quickly. So, on August 1st, the police go to Mamta's house and talk to her husband. And he tells police that he hadn't seen her talk to her in a few days, but he wasn't worried about it. She's done this before, and she was probably visiting relatives in New York or Texas. And the police seemed satisfied with this answer and just went on with their day.
Fuck off.
The police would later discover that Mamta had no family in the United States. So this was a lie. Just a straight lie out the gate. And on August 20th, Mamta missed her daughter's first birthday. And that's just not something that would happen.
No.
So August 5th, is when her husband reported her missing. So welfare check was called in on the 1st. That's also when police show up to talk to Nourish. And that's when he says that she's been gone for a few days before this happens. But by the 5th, he calls and reports her missing.
I thought it was the 8th.
No. So on the 5th. The 5th through the 8th, police are doing their investigation.
Got it.
They execute over 10 search warrants and conduct hundreds of interviews.
Okay.
And they are having press conferences and updates. And the Manassas Park Police Department Facebook page, I mean, they were on it. I was reading through so many updates, and they have screenshots of documents, and it's great. The police were very vocal in the husband is not cooperating. Obviously, he's a person of interest and a suspect. Obviously, y'all know this. Like, that's a direct quote out of a press conference. Like, this officer comes out and this lady's like, there's not going to be any questions. We're just giving you facts, and that is all. Homeboy comes out and starts talking. He like walks away, and like, you know, reporters are yelling things, and he turns around, comes back to the stand, and he goes, "Okay, the husband's not cooperating. Obviously, y'all know that. He is a person of suspect. Y'all know that." And he walks away. Reporters yell more stuff. He turns around and comes back and is like, "Okay, so."
He's a real one.
Like, he walked away and he like turned around, but he doesn't come back a third time. But I was just dying laughing because I was like, oh, he's over it. Homeboy is done right now. So, it then comes out that Naresh is lying to the media. He tells the media that he called the police on August 1st. And that's why they came to the house for a welfare check. Well, when the media goes to ask the police, they're like, no, her coworkers called in a welfare check. And so the media just was on it from there.
Yeah.
And then from there on out, anytime the media tried to contact him, he would answer one or two questions and go, I have to take care of my daughter, and walk away. So, in this time, he's not cooperating. But what does he tell the media his excuse for not cooperating is? You're going to love this, Kirsten. His reasoning was he is an Army IT guru and hasn't shared anything publicly or done anything because of his sensitive, active secret clearance job with the Army.
Okay.
Wow.
Like, those are words.
All right.
I have a secret clearance Army job, too.
Let's go ahead and flash these pictures of him available in uniform real quick, because y'all are going to enjoy. Homeboy, like every one of them, we got like guns up like this, like leaning back. We got them like this. We got you. Oh, yeah. Wait till you see these military pictures. You're going to die.
I dated an Army guy once. Oh, no, I was married to an Army guy once. And I avoid
them.
I would wear his stuff, but I didn't have guns. That's a lie. I did have guns.
So, anyway, so, you know.
Questions.
I wasn't going.
So, you know, his super secret active Army clearances make it to where he can't talk about his missing wife.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that part just, it kills me. Absolutely. And some background info about their marriage. They've been married for about 6 years.
Okay.
And what?
Keep going.
I have recently seen a comment, and this was like yesterday, the day before. I could not find any actual information on it. I saw one or two people comment that has come out that it was an arranged marriage.
That was what my face was for.
But
That's what I was going to ask.
But I didn't really want to, like, I don't know if this is an assumption that people are making based off of them both being Indian and everything else. So I didn't want to make that assumption. So it has not been confirmed yet that it was an arranged marriage.
Okay.
But there has been comments here or there.
Okay.
But I haven't heard anything official for that. And, so Nadia Navarro is Mamta's best friend, one of them. And she actually is the one who organized the Facebook page when she went missing and started handing out flyers and organizing searches. She's actually been on a Nancy Grace episode. And she also gave insight into how controlling Naresh was, and how he would he controlled how far away from the house she could go.
I'm sorry, it just clicked with me. My mother works with a Naresh, and I wonder if that's how you say it.
I've heard it on the things, and it's Naresh. Like it
Naresh.
It's Naresh. Naresh.
Okay.
I've listened to a lot of.
Okay.
I also thought I was going to be saying her name wrong as well, because I didn't think it was going to be so phonetically. Mamta, Mamta. So, and then I was really shocked when his name was very phonetically as well.
Okay. Yeah. It was just clicking with memories.
And so she talked about how he would be texting Nadia for location updates, videos of where they were at and what they were doing. If she was more than 30 minutes away from the house, she wasn't allowed to go. She had to come back. There was one time where he called screaming because Nadia took her too far away.
Hold on. I'm sorry, I'm confusing myself. So he was texting Mamta?
He was texting Nadia, who's Mamta's best friend. This is like before she went missing.
Hanging out and
anytime they were hanging out or together.
Sorry.
And like they both were having to send him videos of what was going on around. And Mamta would always explain it away. And there was also a post from February in an online group that was titled Separated, Divorced, and Single Moms on Facebook. And this post came from Mamta. It wasn't posted anonymously, and people are guessing. It had her name attached to it, and she was in the comments on it. And her post said that she had a 6-month-old baby and works 2 days a week, and her husband isn't helping take care of the baby, saying that the husband threatens to send the child to custody if she leaves, like child custody foster care. We're a little broken English here. And asks if that is even possible. And then she asks if there's help, if there's any social workers or anybody who could give her advice. And if he could actually put their child in child services.
Mm-hmm. So if she was to leave.
Like, yes, like, could he do these things? And then there were comments where she said that she doesn't have access to money. She doesn't have access to a car. He doesn't allow her to have access to those things.
But she has a job.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
So it really does sound like Mamta was definitely trying to leave him and was working on a way to get out. And it's obvious. I mean, he's very obviously controlling. We understand why. So that it gives us a little bit more to their dynamic of this marriage and relationship. Yeah. He's over here saying that they basically are sunshine and rainbows, but online and friends are painting a whole different picture. But so we're going through all this, and she was an involuntarily missing person, and that is how it was running for 20 days. That involuntarily missing person, husband is a super person of interest. But on August 22nd, Manassas Park Police announced that they arrested Naresh on felony charges of concealing a dead body. On a search warrant that they executed on August 21st at the house, they found evidence that Mamta was killed inside the house and dragged outside of the house.
Wait. Pause.
Mm-hmm.
Not you. So we went from, we don't know where she is, we had a loving thing, and then just like, by the way, you're fucking arrested, bruh.
Yeah, like I said, this is Okay, so my sister brought this to me on, I want to say it was like the 20th, like Monday of this week. My sister, like, she had messaged me about this.
Okay.
And I was listening to the press conference where that cop went back and forth.
Yeah.
And then that's where we stood. So we're like, cool, like, he's a hella suspect. They have no idea where she is. They've executed search warrants. They've been talking to people. And then all of a sudden it was, we're executing a search warrant at the house. It's going to take 3 to 4 hours. We'll let you guys know more information.
Okay.
And then homeboy's arrested. That's the next amount of information we have is he's arrested. And then he has obviously a hearing.
Mm-hmm.
And so yesterday morning, which I was about to get to next. So, no, you're fine. But I needed to explain that part anyway. So on that search warrant that they executed, and told everyone to hold their horses at the press conference, that is where they found pools of blood in the house.
Like cleaned up? They like luminal that
shit. Specify that. They literally just said pools of blood in the master bedroom. There was not a specification.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I would assume where they can tell that she was dragged out of the house, that was probably cleaned up because they've been in the house before at this point, I do believe. And they hadn't seen it, or maybe they had just talked to him from a doorway and hadn't had those 10 search warrants. I don't know if any of those were executed inside the house.
I would assume
that they were, but it's just weird that the August 21st search warrant is the one where it really popped that off. So I don't know if that's the final. I don't know if that's the search warrant where forensics finally came into play.
I mean, if that's what they fucking found, I'm sure they did.
So
Metro Crime Lab.
Yeah. So, but Mamta still hasn't been found.
Okay.
So the investigation is still active because they're still trying to find her body. And hopefully that will allow them to bring more charges against him.
Okay.
So he actually had court yesterday morning, Friday, August 23rd. Mm-hmm. And so it'd be last Friday for y'all listening right now. And a few things came out on video, or came out during this. He is caught on video in 2 different stores. One of them, he's buying 3 knives, 2 of which have never been found. He was at a different store buying cleaning supplies. He also sold his Tesla on August 19th.
Not the Tesla. Elon's going to be so upset.
I know. And he sold that shit quick, too.
It's a Tesla.
I know. And then, upon entry to his house, it wasn't hidden. It wasn't concealed. They didn't go looking for it. It was a suitcase with clothes thrown into it. We're talking like empty hangers hanging about. And his passport just chilling right on top. Just still chilling.
God, I fucking love dumb criminals.
Right? But, so that was that. He was supposed to have another hearing next Monday, but they decided they got everything done yesterday morning.
Yeah.
So
with what you just said really quick, with him buying cleaning supplies, I'm assuming that he tried cleaning up.
Yes. I'm interested to see if that video surveillance is from before or after she was last seen. Mm-hmm. I'm curious to know what days he was at those stores, because that could be the difference in a premeditated charge.
Yes. I was going to say, I'm assuming the knife one
is going to be a premeditated.
Yeah. It just depends on timeline, I guess, of when he was there.
Timeline. I feel like the cleaning supplies also have to be linked in to before the murder, in order for the knives to be considered premeditated, because you can just go buy knives at any time.
That's a weird concept to me. I don't believe you.
I know. But you always have to sit there and look at how they could spin it in court.
I know.
You can buy knives for anything.
You need to buy 3 fucking knives just because.
I mean, you don't, but like, I can see, like, that's a very easy way for a defense to blow holes in that part to not get the premeditation.
Stop saying that. They might be listening.
Don't use that. So Mamta's 1-year-old daughter, though, is currently in the state custody.
Good.
And her mom is trying to get an emergency visa so that she can come to the U.S. and get emergency custody of her granddaughter.
Good.
And so that is currently where that's sitting.
Because neither of them had family here, right?
Yes.
Bummer.
Well, not that we really want his family to take her.
Valid, but mom might be better than him. You know, his mother.
Yes.
But possibly. I hope her family ultimately gets her.
So this was just one that was just, I was originally writing this into our WTF update as a missing person we are going to watch. And every time that I picked up my iPad to write this,
there was something new.
There was a new article.
Yeah. I
would type into Google to get something I needed, and there was something new. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is a whole thing.
Yeah.
So, our next court hearing is actually, his next court date is scheduled for October 24th. So that is going to be in our no WTF time, but I will update y'all in a TikTok video or a video on our social medias for after his court date.
You're in town that time.
You might get us together.
I mean that in a bad way. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so
you're gone for work.
It's okay. Since this is an open investigation, there is still a tip line because we are still looking for Mamta, and the tip line is 703-361-1136. Also, follow Manassas Park Manassas Park City Police Department. I'm going to have them linked. There's also a Facebook page that Nadia runs that I'll have linked that she updates on. And that way you guys can keep up to date in anything that comes up or new in this.
I'm trying to, like, in my head, piece together what happened. So I need your brain currently.
Okay.
For this, okay? Tell me about Manassas, like what the surrounding area looks like. Is it a city? Is it farmland? What the fuck is it?
It's not farmland. It's like suburbs. It's outside. It's like 45 minutes outside of Washington, D.C.
Okay.
It's suburbs. It's Colorado Springs-esque. Takeaway downtown.
Okay.
It's very suburban and...
Like, imagine old Colorado City is like their downtown. Essentially.
Yeah. There's not really a downtown because you're right outside of D.C.
Okay. Well, is there...
It's not like a big city like Colorado Springs, but it's not...
Okay.
Just think like the Powers Corridor.
Yes. Just like...
Okay.
It's just very suburban. It's...
Got it. Is there places a body can be hidden?
Yes. So there is a lot of green and foresty areas like around. So Colorado doesn't have a lot of patches of trees between houses and subdivisions and things like that. Virginia does. So where you would have like your street, say like right behind your fence in your backyard, there'd be like this thick patch of trees. And sometimes you could see through it to the houses behind you. And sometimes you couldn't. So like one of my houses that we lived in, you couldn't see through the trees behind, but there's a street over there eventually.
Okay.
And the second house we lived in, you could see through the trees to the other street, but it wasn't like here where you walk to a next door neighbor's house like that. From the backyard to backyard, like they don't back up like that always. There's usually like a nice little patch. So
I hate that happens here, by the way. I want a yard, not a neighbor.
So yes, there could be, but when you're going out here and doing foot searches and everything else like that.
Yes.
I mean, it's interesting that they haven't found her in an immediate location.
Yeah.
But but it is also very much unfolding. We haven't had a lot of evidence released.
Like landfills and shit. We don't know because it's still unfolding. Okay.
Yeah, like legitimately what they
probably are.
Yeah, I would assume that they're as well. So it's very, very unfolding.
Tried cleaning some shit up. I guarantee there's like.
And the Tesla.
Well, yeah, when he sold the Tesla. Oh shit! He sold the Tesla,
didn't it?
Because Tesla, like the money and the passport. So like once I saw the passport and the money, then I just connected him trying to flee. I wasn't even thinking about him getting rid of like potential evidence to use the
body
car.
Could have been in there.
Yes, I didn't connect that. I was just so focused on him getting money.
I mean, it could have been both.
Yeah, I mean it was a double.
I don't know. I feel like if there's literally no evidence of her after, like, dragging her out of the house. She had to have been put somewhere, most likely into a vehicle, and driven away.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Most likely.
Because I feel...
There's also a lot of water. There is a lot of different water options in Virginia. You have the Chesapeake Bay. You have... What is Chesapeake Bay where Quantico is? You have... Like, there's water. I seriously had 3 bodies of water in my head when I said that, and then I just ended with Chesapeake Bay, and that's all I've got now. There's water places.
Well, fuck. I'm sure they're doing plenty of searches.
Oh, yes.
And maybe he's talking. Maybe.
All right, guys. We only had 2 today for you. In our WTF, but they both had a lot of information in them.
They were kind of long.
They were kind of long, and we are a little chatty because there's a lot to discuss in them.
I'm unmedicated today also.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry, guys. That does make more sense now. But to think, like,
I don't know what the fuck that laugh was.
All right, we are sad to say that this is going to be our last WTF for a couple months here.
For a while.
We do enjoy these, but we will be seeing you in other ways.
Yes. You'll still see our cute little faces out there somewhere.
Always. Not that one, though.
That's my cute face.
Okay, we're gonna go eat lunch now.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay, we love you.
Bye.